All right. Listen, I got to make this quick, I think. Hey, y'all. Let's listen. Like, if you're hearing this, this is true. People are mad because you are uncontrollable. There's some people that are upset, that are irritated, irked, like affected because you are like uncontrollable, like you're untrackable. But it feels like you're controllable. It like one would assume, right, that you're controllable, and not in like a malicious way. Not well, sometimes maybe, but that's not what I'm thinking. Like just the idea, like when you kind of naturally put maybe a group of people you just meet on this hierarchy, when you first meet a group, you try to kind of figure it out a little bit. It's not important, but you look and you see that kind of stuff though anyway. Like you have to, you're uncontrollable and you're like untrackable. And sometimes you don't even feel like that, right? It's like maybe me saying that makes sense to you. It resonates with you, but it's maybe not something that you would think on a daily basis about yourself, right? It wouldn't be part of your daily affirmations. It wouldn't be part of, even like a passing thought. But like, think about it. Like, you do what the hell you want to do. Like, you do what you do, like how you do it. Even if it's in a way that you don't really like, if it's in one of those ways where you're trying to grow out of. You know what I mean? The fact that you're doing that is like, you're uncontrollable. That's what that means. Like, you see something about you or whatever, and you manifest a change in that. And you support it, and you support everything else around you as you transition into whatever you're becoming next. But that's being uncontrollable. You know how crazy that is? Think about it, if you knew somebody that could just travel through time, like kind of go back a couple seconds. And it's normal to that person. Like they've been doing it forever. Your mind would, you're uncontrollable like that. Like, people can't really clock. They can't really clock it. And it's nothing you go around flaunting. You don't even really think about it like this. But I think you gotta at least consider it. That's why I'm at Yogi, right? At least consider it. Like, you know what? And not for nothing, but just to sort of kind of taking that, taking an account of yourselves, right? Remember that part. Like, and make sure that part is uncontrollable. I mean, make sure that at least you can control your uncontrollable parts. Maybe this is a check on yourselves. Welcome to Check on Yourselves, part 3, I think. This is serious, y'all. Come on. Man, you're uncontrollable. And people are like, because they want to be around you and stuff, right? They kind of want to be around you. And sometimes you get tired from that. Not tired of it, but tired from it. Like, you could go back and be around it, but you get tired from it. And so you move yourself out of it sometimes for a more extended period. That's uncontrollable, because people can't do that. Like, the majority of that group, I don't know who I'm talking to now. The majority of that group feels beholden to the group at all times, and to make concessions, right? Even if it's at the expense of their comfort and wishes. And those are two very important things to me, I'll be honest with you. And so I take that into consideration on a very grand level. And I think you should too. I think so. At least consider it. That's it. Just kind of run it by. But I feel locked in on this thing. Like, people like, they don't see how. I don't think it's about you being uncontrollable. I think it's them not understanding how you operate and maintain in such a seemingly uncontrolled fashion. That has to be. I'm trying to empathize with it. But try and just think about it like that. Like, oh, right. And just to help you stay a little bit more grounded in yourself or where you're trying to even be. You might not even be trying to be grounded right now. That's okay. Sometimes you gotta let it fly. But when it's time, when you need to get back to basics after processing all this stuff that you've been processing now, who am I saying this? After, like, in between those sessions, or, you know what I mean? Kind of like when you got a long range, military bomber airplane and it's refueling like a fighter jet. Nobody's really stopping what they're doing. They're just, it's two things happening at once now. And at some point, the supply is going to go away. You're going to fly on your own, like you know how to do. But in between those times, those check-ins, you liable to do anything, right? You're liable to fly circles around. Oh my God. You liable to do anything until that next check-in. Whenever that's going to be. That's never even announced either. You don't announce that. You don't give... Yeah, you barely understand your transitions right now. You barely getting comfortable with it. Like, oh, okay, this isn't the end of the world. This isn't Doomville. You uncontrollable. As shaken as you are, like when you're in these states of like sort of transition or like realizing or becoming more of who you are or were or are trying to check out, right? Investigate becoming. That's fair too. You get to check things out. You get to act like, it's okay. Because you're uncontrollable. You're going to do it anyway. So do it. Do it. Don't waste the energy trying to buffer yourself. I don't need to be buffered upon, but to understand myself more, unbuffer me. No, I'm going in metal to metal. We're going to test it. We're going to see where this thing clanks. I'm just going to have to deal with whatever. Like, I can't imagine missing that. And I don't want you to imagine missing a thing like that. Listen, you uncontrollable, and it makes people confused. And people get mad when they're confused. Maybe we're getting closer along the timeline, right? The event line. People are confused, and they don't like to feel confused, especially when they work really hard at seeming in control and in the know and, being, a defining entity. I don't know what that means. A defining entity. And so if you're making all the definitions, wouldn't you be damn pissed when somebody comes up seemingly your junior, seemingly, your subordinate, and is like making these crazy ass moves every time he checks in with you. Every time he checks in, right? And he's like, you did what? You went where and did what? And how many? And you like, oh yeah. It's good to be back. And people are dumbfounded, but this is just what you do. You're many things. You're like Forrest Gump. But in the way of experience and how many things that man was from an early age. You're that. And that's easy for you to understand because it's a mode of operation. It is damn near impossible for some people to even wrap their consciousness around enough to understand, and then to empathize is a whole other ask. But we just can't even. You're right. Okay. All right. That's it. Okay, we yapped. Let's do it. That's it. I just had to talk about it. I spilled my juice. All right, y'all. I spilled all my juice. Y'all have a wonderful evening. I hope y'all know that somebody is thinking about you. Think about yourself. Make it two. All right? Y'all go ahead.